Hey there everyone, and welcome to this week's market update. Last week in El Paso County, we saw a total of 143 new listings come to market. We saw 32 price decreases, 49 price increases. We saw 39 homes that came back on the market. That's houses that were under contract that didn't make it all the way to close for one reason or another, and a total of 486 homes closed and sold completely. So again, this week we have numbers telling a tale of tight inventory and not a whole lot that's out there. I believe this is about the third week in a row where we saw less than 150 new homes that came to market. That is pretty low, and it doesn't keep up with the demand that we have, everything going on in our market for everybody that's out looking right now. Back in the summer months, we saw closer to 220 to 230 homes come to the market every single week. And that was when we were even more worried about the effect that COVID might have on our market, which actually has somewhat helped prices to increase with less people who are moving, less families PCSing or taking on orders out of state. We're not having as many properties open up as we're used to seeing on a normal basis. Not only that, but new construction is going slower than most people would like. Cost of materials has gone up because it's harder to get the raw materials. It's harder to get lumber. It's hard to get everything that you need, as well as there's still an incredible back order because for a certain time there was a lot of materials builders couldn't get a hold of. One of the reasons being a lot of these materials are manufactured in Italy, which back in March, back in April, and I think even going into May was really a hot spot and created a little bit of controversy of what could be shipped into that country and what could be shipped out of that country because the higher levels of COVID that was present in the country for that time. And again, this week we're seeing fewer price increases, fewer price decreases, but this again is partially due to the fact that we're having kind of a tighter and tighter inventory. And again, with less than 50 homes that came back on market, this is largely due not to inactivity, but mainly because there's just not a lot of options out there. Not a lot of things are having to go back on market, and most things are actually making it to close nowadays. One experience I've had, one experience a lot of brokers that I've talked to have had though, in the past couple weeks, is that a lot of underwriters are asking for very extensive tax documents due to the fact of everything that's been going on this year with people who have had like lapses in work or periods of times where they didn't work. But on the back end of that, the IRS is way behind in all of their filings and everything that they normally do. So there's been a little bit of back and forth. I've had a few instances where we've had to go to the underwriters and tell them nobody's able to access these documents. We can get proof that we can't access these documents, but that's about as far as we can take that. And in most cases, that's worked out pretty well. One of the other notable things that happened in this last week is with 486 homes selling, 501 week is still a high number for our market, even with everything going on. And again, that just gives me another idea that we have a lot more being closed, a lot more going out of the market than properties that are coming into the market as far as residential properties available right now. The average days on market has been really consistently at 15-16 days for the last 6-7 weeks, as well as the median days on market staying at 4 days. Now, 4 days is definitely a better rule of thumb. And usually when houses are on the market for about that 4 days, a lot of sellers are listing properties over a weekend. So they'll have a chance to show it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they usually go under contract by the following Monday. So even though a lot of houses are selling on the first day, or the offers that are received the first day are the ones being accepted, that's kind of one of the reasons why we're still seeing 4 days be the median. Again, 15 days, 16 days, that's across an average of still a significant number of homes. And if there is a home that you or somebody you know does want to take a look at, I highly suggest to anybody you go out and see it same day, next day, as soon as possible. But if you have any questions about anything I covered today, if you have questions about your neighborhood, or if there's a neighborhood that you would like to be keeping an eye on, you can feel free to give me a call, send me a message, send me a text anytime. That concludes this week's market update, and thank you for watching.